As you're walking through the streets of French Lick, West Baden, you can't help but notice all of these cool old buildings. And there's got to be a story behind them, right? Right across the street from the French Lick Resort houses the French Lick West Baden Museum. I'm here with Kenton Albright, you're the director, and there's so much history housed right in this building.
Oh my gosh, there's too much. There's too much history. Our museum here covers a lot of the most important parts of our local history. The hotels, the resort hotels, railroads, casinos, mineral waters, all of our sports, and a major portion of our museum is dedicated to the storytelling of the Hagenbeck-Wallace Circus. We tell the story of the American circus with the world's largest circus diorama, the most detailed representation of the American circus ever put to form. But our museum here is in a historic 1913 building, and we are happy to tell all the history of the area that we can.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about that circus diorama because it is massive.
Oh my God.
The world's largest at that.
It is over 50 years of work by one man from Vancouver, British Columbia. And it is an ongoing project. About 1,000 pieces are added every year that just absolutely showcase the small details of the American circus.
That is absolutely incredible. But I have another question, though. Who's Pluto?
Pluto is a good guy. He kind of shares resemblance with a certain horned figure, but Pluto is the Roman god of the underworld, the protector of the mineral waters and the riches of the earth. So he is our good guy protecting our local mineral water that made our town famous. If it wasn't for the mineral waters, the resort hotels wouldn't have been able to grow and flourish like they have.
So February is Black History Month, and something I really didn't know is that French Lick area has a lot of rich Black history.
Oh my gosh, there is so much to tell that there's no way we could fit all of it into this segment. But we can go ahead and explore just a little bit that we have laid out for you guys. And this will really just tell everything that we need to know. Here is a few photos and artifacts from the Wadi Hotel, the West Baden African-American hotel. African-Americans were not able to stay at the two major resort hotels, but they had their own within the community that were actually listed within the Traveler's Green Book, including the Wadi. The Wadi was operated here by Mr. and Mrs. Wadi, and this is actually Mrs. Wadi's jewelry set, and this is her original jewelry out of here. But at the Wadi, you actually found that in the 1930s and 40s, in the heyday of Joe Louis's time, the world heavyweight champion himself would stay at the Wadi while training at the West Baden Springs Hotel. There he is cutting wood at the Wadi Hotel and playing horseshoes outside. But we also have just, if it wasn't for all of the incredible history of African Americans in our area, we would not have anything that we have today. The employees there were the backbone of the hotels. Here you have wonderful teams from the Negro Leagues. They were actually some of the first African-American teams in the country playing right here in French Lick and West Baden. French Lick had the Pluto Red Devils and West Baden had the West Baden Sprudels. Many of their players would go on to become Major League champions in later years. You have Yarmouth Wigington, who is also represented in our Town Gallery exhibit of Pluto. He was a prominent member of our community, organizing fundraisers, community events, and dinners to help those in need throughout his lifetime. And also with that, you have the West Baden First Baptist Church colored. This was constructed in 1909 by a local congregation, and they just finished the restoration of this church in 2023 and are now holding services there every Sunday.
Wow, that is just incredible. Even though this is just a snippet of that history, to kind of pull that all together and now to have it on display for visitors to come through. It was so special. So thank you so much for having us in today.
Thank you.
Always just a wealth of knowledge to talk to you, so thank you.
Absolutely, glad to have you.
So if you're interested in learning more all about this history, just go to flwbmuseum.com.